Well, hello everyone and welcome. Today we have an epic Third Age siege. We have the forces of Isengard going up against the riders of the Rohan in the Siege of Edoras. Now, I'm playing against Overkill Total War. This is a post-commentary, so you're seeing a battle replay, and he's just coming out extremely aggressively. So this battle is getting underway right away. That's always what you love to see. A little bit of action right at the start. Now, this is actually a pretty exciting battle. It's kind of like, I'm not going to give anything away, but it's definitely worth a watch. And if you'd like to see more Third Age online battles, let me know. I'm also tempted to set up like a replay account, like a Gmail account, if anyone wants to send me any replays. So I didn't anticipate him being so aggressive, so he's sending his Earling militia in to try and, I guess, like, take down some of my units straight away. And I completely forgot to move my berserkers. So we're going to see the Red Lancers come on in and cause a bit of havoc there. And it's just pretty much causing havoc among my entire line. And as you can see, he's killed, well, 3% of my force by using expendable units. So these are already broken. And they're starting to fall one by one. So it was a bit of a menace to start off with, and as you can see, we can probably take a little bit of a look at the army comps now. He does still hamper me with his cav. I do try and get pikes in position and just try and send some men running in, but it is a bit of a pain because his cavalry are just so much quicker than mine. I don't think Isengard has any, maybe War Riders, but I didn't bring any with me. I didn't really anticipate him coming out with cavalry. So that was a nice little first move by Overkill, and taking out a few of my berserkers there, it's definitely good for him to do that. I'm sending some Uruk-hai infantry straight in. So we've mopped up that little attack. My catapults are now firing, although kind of badly. So he's bringing his militia back in the settlement now, firing out with the Hemminglass. Now these actually cause a huge amount of, well, harassment at least, and they actually take out a fair amount of my troops, so which was kind of annoying. So falling one by one, unfortunately. So I'm still trying to regroup now. I'm starting to send my archers. So let's take a little look at Overkill's little force here. I say little, it's probably bigger than mine. He had a few thousand less than me to spend, but then I was attacking, so he does have the advantage. So he's got the Hemminglass here, he has dismounted Royal Guard, Riddermark Axemen, more Riddermark Axemen, more Riddermark Axemen, Hemminglass, dismounted Royal Guard, Riddermark Axemen, Riddermark Axemen, lots more Royal Guard. Bloody hell, he's got a lot of Royal Guard. And he does have a unit of cavalry down here as well. Royal Guard, or Red Heavy Lancers, and I think that might be it in terms of the cavalry. So he didn't bring too much with him there. Okay, so we're exchanging fire with fire, and I was trying to take down the walls to start with, but then I figured I've already got the battering rams, so I was just going to focus my artillery fire on taking out any of his troops that I can. So let's take a look at at my army comp, and he does still have his Red Lancers here, kind of harassing my men. So I have some Uruk-hai archers, a few units of those, I think 3 or 4 of those, and then 3 units of Uruk-hai crossbowmen. And he's bringing in for another charge, and I kind of tried to get all my troops to fire, but they were reloading. But then they do obviously get a lot of fire in, and took a little bit of friendly fire from their own archers there as well. And what else do we have? So we have, I think, 5 units of Uruk-hai pikemen. It might have been 4. Let's see if this hits anyone. Oh, no. Sorry, that was a bit of an anticlimax. Here we go again. Oh, no, again, anticlimax. Uruk-hai pikemen. I'm not sure what I'm doing with them. I'm not sure what my thought process was, apart from to take artillery fire, archer fire. Also have more pikemen. A couple of units of Uruk-hai infantry. More pikemen, and I do have 3 units of berserkers. However, they are now weakened considerably. So I'm effectively got 2 left. Thanks to Overkill's little attack. Oh, it looks like I missed a catapult shot. Wow. So we exchanged fire for a little bit of time. Oh! Okay. Well, we've just taken out a few more Hemminglass, which is only ever a good thing. Slowly, a few of the men are starting to burn to death. And as you can see, he's definitely taken out more forces of mine than he's lost at the minute. So, yeah, I wasn't particularly that confident. And I'm taking a lot of archer fire. He's absolutely pounding me there. But we're finally getting to the walls. And I do have another battering ram starting to march up. Oh, it just misses. Oh, we did have 1 shot, though. That hit a dismounted Royal Guard. That's great. So they're reforming. But really, the amount of archer fire going on here is crazy. Oh, here we go. Yes! Another shot by the catapults. Taking out a few of them. I should also say, I'm starting to plan another World's Best Total War player video. So I know it's been a few months since I made one. I'm just going to make the excuse that I haven't had the time. I also haven't really had any decent ideas. There's no point me making one of those when, you know, it's kind of half-hearted. So here we go. I've made a breach, and now Overkill's sending in his Riddermark Axemen. So let's see what kind of damage they can inflict. They actually come surging out of the settlement. So I can actually get my men to form up and actually kind of deflect their blows before we get in hand to hand. So he gets the charge on me. But I will start piling in more troops soon. So if you've got any ideas that you think might be good for a World's Best Total War player video, let me know. And remember, they are just this is like a parody series, if any of you haven't seen one of these episodes before. It's a parody series where I pretend I'm the world's best Total War player. And it's just a bit of fun. So here we go. Take a little cheeky screenshot. I will try and reduce the amount I do that in videos, though. So we've made another breach. We made a second breach here. We've lost pretty much an entire unit of infantry doing it. Oh, excuse me. But my Uruk-hai crossbowman marching forward. And he's still kind of winning in terms of numbers at the minute. However, I've piled in more infantry. So this might start to go more my way now. At least I hope it does, because I want to win. Still firing, taking out the odd troops here. But the Hemminglass, they've got a frick ton of ammo. Taking out a few more. So these catapults, they're not getting a huge amount of kills, but they're definitely, I think, paying for themselves. But not when they do shots like that. So, it's kind of formed up in a shield crom, or a shield wall. So I'm sending in Uruk-hai infantry, but they'll start to force me out of the settlement. Again. Oh! No. Is there another shot coming? Yes, here we go. They are so lucky. So, really has forced me out of the settlement here. Not a lot I can do to get in at the minute. I'll try and make that some of the last screenshots I do. I know some of you don't really mind. In fact, I think some of you find it quite humorous, which is always good, because I do try and have a little bit of humour to my videos. But here we go. Pikeman starting to move on in, taking a lot of archer fire. So I think he's redirected most of his archer fire onto my pikes. Just kind of see it from there, from the Rohan perspective here. So it doesn't look that imposing. Oh, but when you see these flaming shots coming in. Oh, yes. Burn. Burn. Okay. So, at this stage in the battle, I've still lost 6% more than he has. Oh. But now I've actually got my pikes into play and I've got my berserkers in. This should start to make a little bit of a difference to the battle. But the amount of archer fire still kind of blasting in is a right pain in the arse. So I've been trying to take him out with the catapults, but I'm still managing to get just tons and tons of shots off. As you can see, my archers are just still burning. They're winded from just pulling back arrows. So this exchange is going to go on for quite some time. Wow, I thought it was going to crash then. Thank God for that. So over on this flank, I've piled in all my infantry. And I did not see this coming. So the heavy lancers coming in. So I was so focused on like just looking around at the forces, I didn't actually see this coming until it was too late. And there's not a whole lot I could do. So he's going to get a charge in and devastate a unit of archers. So at this stage I'm not really redirecting many men, because I'm just going to keep on trying to push. Oh, sorry, my throat is a little bit dry at the time of recording. So he's going to keep doing these like cavalry charges for quite a bit of time. I will start to take the odd cavalry down, well, a few horsemen down, because I am redirecting my archer fire. So at least if I'm not killing them straight off, I'm definitely weakening their HP. So he's resorted to sending in archers there. I think they've used up all their ammo, so he's just going to charge them in. So I'm starting to force my way in now, and the pikes are really helping. So over here, we're starting to make our way through the gate. Oh, and I'm firing off. I think I've run out of normal ammo, so the catapult's actually firing off kind of dead things, I think. Yeah, rotted meat. Well, that seemed like a misfire. So I'm actually redirecting a unit of pikemen to try and help out against the cavalry. The attack here, we're starting to force our way through, but he does still have a few units in reserve, which is a right pain in the arse. And he has his cavalry royal guard as well. So he's still got a few tricks up his sleeve, and at this stage it's really even. So I wasn't expecting the catapult to switch to rotting meat, but I think once it runs out of a particular type of ammunition, then it just automatically switches and just keeps on firing until it runs out. And if you can hear beeping, I'm just checking a computer. So there we go, rotting meat coming in. Berserkers doing their job. So eventually the berserkers are obviously going to die, because they can't take this kind of punishment all the time. And if you can hear banging in the video, then that's upstairs. The kids are around. I live below a young family, so. And he's still got this poxy unit of heavy lancers that I haven't really been able to take out. So weaning them down slowly. And he's going to charge my catapult, even though they're kind of out of ammo now. So he could have tried to have done that earlier on in the battle, so he can take out that unit. I'm not really bothered. Am I bothered? No, I'm not. So, I actually still have a unit of pikemen. So, yeah, only half of their force remains, but only half of mine remains too. So, 55% for 55%. It's getting pretty tense. But we do have the pikes. And we are starting to force our way through. However, he is kind of starting to surround me a little bit. But I've only got a few berserkers left now. But they're still making a difference to the battle. Like a real difference. Oh my god! The Axeman just wrecked a berserker. Oh, a one-on-one fight. Okay, let's watch this. Oh, okay, never mind. It's really interesting to see the one-on-one fights here. Especially with the berserkers, they're just going on in. That was kind of screenshot worthy, you got to admit. And he's still got this freaking unit of heavy lancers just causing utter medlem in my force. But I think for the first time in the battle, I've actually killed more than he's killed of mine, but only by 1%. So I'm slowly weaning them down. Oh, I should be going yawn then. I haven't had breakfast yet. And if for some reason you can't hear that banging, then that's crazy. It's actually making my shock mount shake. Dastardly kids. So here we go. Fighting continues. But they're broken, but they're fighting to the death. But they are surrounded now. Surrounding the pikemen, archers, catapult. Catapult switched to melee. And over here, starting to send in his reserves now. So he's sending in the Hemminglass and the dismounted Royal Guard. Because at this stage, he's only got a very thin line of defenders left. Oh, yes. Oh! Oh! Screenshots. Sorry, but I had to do that. I just like having these kind of things on screen. Maybe post a little cheeky post to Reddit, one of these screenies. Always good for a little bit of Reddit karma on the Total War Reddit. So at this stage, we've killed 4% more. And I'm starting to work my way through the city. But it's by no means a sure thing. I was still pretty nervous at this stage of the battle. I do still have a lot of archers. I do have... This is my general unit, Urukai Infantry. I'm sending in another unit of pikes, though, to help the battle. He's sending in... I think that's... Oh, no, I was going to say it's his final unit to Mounted Royal Guard, but no, it's not. He's still got men. But now, he's going to send his Royal Guard around and out of the battle. And... Again, I didn't see any of these cavalry charges. I was kind of just like zooming in and having a little bit of chat with Overkill when we were doing it. So here he goes in. He's bringing his men down and he's going in for a flanking attack, pretty much. I am still firing in some arrows. Some of my units do still have ammunition. And this is an engagement that goes on until pretty much almost the end of the battle. And, yeah, I was not thinking I was going to do particularly well at this stage. And I've lost control of my mouse. There we go. Oh, and I've completely missed the cavalry charge like I did in real life. So, yeah. And I still hadn't noticed at this point because I wasn't sending in my Urukai infantry. And he's going to keep on doing these hammer and anvils for a little while. Well, not really so much hammer and anvils, just kind of charges into my troops. And, yeah, that is something that I was not particularly happy with. Especially the fact that all of my pikemen were now engaged in the city. There's not really a whole lot I could commit to that fight. And while I'm still beating him on percentage of troops remaining, most of them are, you know, archers. So I'm just going to speed this up to 2 times. As we approach towards the end of the battle, it appears my downfall could be at hand. And I think my plan was to try and essentially break his remaining infantry units and just pretty much leave all my archers just to try and do whatever they could to the Royal Guard, because, you know, it's, yeah, that was a real pain. But he has committed every single man he has now to battle. So, I mean, I'm not in a great position, but I've still technically have more men. But now his cavalry's starting to tire. He's going to go for a rear charge in here, but then but then he kind of pulled out, or it didn't really work that well. But now he's engaged amongst my infantry. Hopefully my pikes might get a few kills on the cavalry as well. And I send in whatever men I have left to kind of just charge in and cause whatever damage they can against the Royal Guard. So they may just be crossbowmen, but they do still have the swords. The swords of Isengard. Ha-ha. Still, victory seems certain for them at this point. Yeah, defeat. Yeah, it's not looking good. But I still have my pikemen over here finishing off the Beronings and the Hemminglass. But they still have these dismounted Royal Guard, which are a pretty good unit, it has to be said. And he's starting to force me out of the city again. That is a very nice flag. The detail. So, I mean, I still outnumber him by 6%. But his cavalry is pretty much been destroyed. However, my general's in combat now, so I just look at the bodies. The amount of bodies that's been strewn across the battlefield is redonkadonk. Over here, though, where we were enveloped, it's now pretty much like an even fight with these with my pikemen. And I'm still trying to chase down his general. But yeah, at this stage, I was starting to feel a bit more comfortable, just from the fact that he's only got 6% of his army left. And once again, the cavalry charges in. So my general's unit is pretty much down to half strength, and that was making me feel a little bit nervous, truth be told. So this fight over here, still going on. These medieval 2 battles can go on for a long time. But oh my god, the amount of dead. The individual duels going on, and there we go, my general has fallen. But his must be close to falling as well. And at this stage, like, I thought my men were going to start routing, but I guess when they've only got 2% of their forces left, there wasn't really much he could do. And I think he was just pulling his general out of there, but then he kind of realised it was kind of futile, so he turns him around, I think. Yeah, turns him around and goes charging back on in. Over at this point, they still have the Royal Guard fighting. All of our men are exhausted. And I'm actually going to speed this up to 6 times now. And I think their general still holding on, which is a right pain. Like, I just die. There we go. So we capture him. We captured Overkill to kill him afterwards. And all my men are now celebrating. Way to go on in against these fellas, which breaks them, and the battle is now won. So I actually managed to win when I'm attacking, which is quite a surprise. That doesn't usually happen. He didn't realise that he still had a unit of like 2 men left there, so we have to go through this whole charade of me charging my men up the hill. So here we go.
Our men have fought long and are becoming tired.
Yes, I know. So I only had 6% of my men left, which is just, like, pitiful. But there we go. So, 653 remaining technically, I guess. Enemies killed 2,433. He killed 2,800 of mine. We show the battle statistics. We can see that the Berserkers got a decent amount of kills. Urukai Pikemen got a decent amount. So all of my units performed pretty well all across the board. So there we go. So if you enjoyed the battle, please do leave a like. And until next time, everyone, I'll bid you a very, very good day.